Just a few days ago, Nvidia launched its laptop RTX 4080 and 4090 GPUs, but the mid-range gaming laptops with mobile GPUs like 4070, 4060 and 4050 still have 10 more days to go before you can buy them. Good thing is that you can already decide if you should buy a laptop with one of these mid-range GPUs, as a Chinese YouTube channel just reviewed a Thunderbolt 0 laptop featuring the i9-13900HK and the RTX 4060. It is the first laptop 4060 review you will find on the internet which shows the actual performance of this GPU. He tested it in various applications including 3D Mark, where it scored 10,782 points and the graphics score was 10,359 points. For comparison, it is 19% faster than the desktop RTX 3060 and 12% slower than the 3060 Ti. But as it is a laptop GPU, comparing it to other laptop GPUs is more appropriate and better. The GPU was tested in several AAA titles that included Assassin's Creed, Tomb Raider, RDR2 and some other titles like Forza 5 and Cyberpunk. It was consistently competing with the laptop RTX 3070 Ti, but when compared to the laptop RTX 3060, it was 30% faster on an average. The laptop 4060 was always falling between the desktop RTX 3060 and the 3060 Ti, but what's more important to see is that the other GPUs were not using very high-end CPUs. Most of them were combined with an i5 or i7 CPU, but the 4060 was using a very powerful Raptor Lake i9 CPU that is definitely not easy to beat. While most graphically intensive games rely on GPU more than the CPU definitely helps in pushing the frame rates further. What I want to see now is how well the 4060 can perform with a mid-range CPU like an i5-13500H. Currently, Nvidia is shipping the 4060 laptops with only i9-13900HX, and the price will probably be around $1,800 to $2,000, which is significantly higher than the RTX 3060 laptops that cost between $1,000 to $1,200 if you go with a mid-range processor. This means that you are going to pay at least 50% more for a 4060 laptop, and the price can go up to 2 times higher if you want a more feature-packed 4060 laptop. All this for a gain of only 30% better performance in gaming, but in case you work on professional programs, then I believe the 3900HX is definitely going to be a much better option for less than $2,000. That said, the little brother of i9-13900HX is in the news for breaking all records in overclocking in a laptop. Here I am specifically talking about the i9-13900HK, which is a 14-core CPU but features almost the same clock speeds as the HX edition, except that it is very highly overclockable. So what happened is that Derbauer, who is a very popular overclocker, went to Intel's OC lab where he got his hands on a laptop that featured the 13900HK. In the video, he showed the real-time overclocking software that is used by Intel exclusively for their testing. For customers, Intel only offers the XTU program, but according to Derbauer, the ROC was much easier to use due to the better interface. Through this software, you can see that in the per core ratio and AVX offset tab, each core can be seen in the form of a box, and you can tweak the clock speed for each core individually or apply the settings for all the cores together. The same is possible through the voltage override tab, where you can increase the voltage for individual cores or all the cores at the same time. Derbauer tried overclocking the CPU gradually, and in just a few minutes he was able to reach 5.8 GHz without crashing, even though he was expecting the system to crash at 5.6 GHz. But when the clock speeds across all the cores reached 6 GHz, the system froze. What was amazing is that this overclocking was done without any AIO or nitrogen cooling solution, but with only a generic CPU air cooler. Derbauer said that this was the best he could achieve till now, because the best he could do previously was achieving 5.6 GHz using a dry ice cooling solution. So the i9-13900HK is definitely a beast in overclocking, as going 400 MHz on top of the max boost turbo frequency is not a joke. Lastly, if you have been following PC hardware trends, 2022 was the worst year for many PC vendors like Intel, who lost close to $700 million. Now recent reports suggest that not only CPUs but the motherboard vendors also suffered greatly. Just like people were not interested in buying a new CPU or a graphics card last year, this also impacted motherboard sales directly. According to DigiTimes, the 4 popular motherboard vendors got hit pretty badly because their sales were dramatically lower than in 2021. Here, Asus shipped 25% fewer motherboards compared to 2021. Gigabyte was hit least with 14% fewer shipments. MSI was impacted greatly with 42% fewer shipments, but ASRock was hit the most with 55% fewer shipments in 2022. As per the reports, the shipment decline was around 10 million units last year. This trend is probably going to continue this year too, with many users not wanting to upgrade to the latest platform due to the rising living costs and also due to the significantly higher price of components compared to the previous years. Let me know if you are also avoiding buying new components this year or if you are planning to upgrade. Also, make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss out on the latest hardware related stories and turn on the notifications to get notified when I upload a new video. You can also follow me on Twitter, the link will be in the description, and I will see you next time.